Hey guys, it's Dr. Billy Williams, President of Inspire Nation Business Mentoring. Today we're going to take the Data and Marketing Supercenter and show you how to set up your very first marketing campaign. The Data and Marketing Supercenter, which we call the Automated Marketing Assistant, was built for marketing. So this training will help you better understand how to use the Data Supercenter to create and implement effective marketing campaigns in your business. Today we're going to set up a starting marketing campaign called Marketing My Widget. The target prospect is anyone that you have an opt-in email address on and that is not a current customer. For our marketing method, we're going to send out an email blast. We're going to have a landing page and web form. We're going to have recorded message. We're going to have text message available as well. Our customer call to action or our contact call to action is we want them to complete the form for more information. We want them to listen to a short recorded message. We want them to be able to text in their email address and receive a link to our short 3-minute video. For our marketing tools and resources, all we need is the Data and Marketing Supercenter and all the functionality that comes with it. We've got automated marketing assistant phone numbers, we've got email templates, landing pages, we've got our two-way text messaging. It's all built into the system. When are we going to implement this? Today, because it only takes 5 minutes to get going. And how often will I do this campaign? Well, if it works well, I'll probably do it weekly. We'll start our marketing campaign by going into the Settings tab, and we're going to create a flag. A flag is how I want to identify the group that I'm marketing to or the prospects or contacts that I'm importing into the system. So I'm going to add a flag and I'm going to call it My Widget. Email blast. That way I can easily identify the contacts that I put into that campaign. Next, I'm going to add the sources that are available for the contact. So in this case, I want to make sure that I have a source that says landing page. I want to make sure that I have a source that says text messaging. And there's one other source that I want to make sure I have, which is call-in voice touch number. It's already in my system, so I don't have to create it, but make sure that you have that source, call-in voice touch number. The next thing we're going to do is set up our voice touch number. Voice touch is a special marketing number that you use that tracks everything that happens in the system when a person calls in. We can do that by extension. We can do that through text messaging. So we always want to have that voice touch number in our system. And you just go out and select it. If you don't see your voice touch number, when you go to voice touch, it will ask you to select a local number. We always suggest you use a local number, not a toll-free number. Though a toll-free number is available, we still suggest the local number. So go ahead and get your number, because that number is something that you'll be able to use on all your marketing materials, and it becomes text capable. Now, the extensions are very important because the extensions allow you to direct customers and contacts to the message that you want them to hear. And of course, there's a lot of functionality under that. We won't get into it in this short training, but there's a lot of functionality under the extensions, such as adding or building contact records. Now let's go to settings next, and we want to make sure that we have our text message already capable. So what do? We enable text to join, and then we make sure we test our text connection here. It says test connection succeeded. Now we have our text capabilities enabled, and we will use all of that on our landing pages and email templates. Still in our settings tab, we're going to go to the landing pages. A landing page is a form or a mini website that's put out real quick, real simple, real easy, and it allows the contact to complete a form. One of the landing pages we use most is our appointment request site. You see, a link to a landing page is a great way to gather contact information. It also triggers autoresponders. It automatically updates a contact's record, and most importantly, it identifies who's interested in what you are marketing or what you're promoting. So anytime we want to send out any type of email, or we do a mailing or anything like that, we always want to put the link to our landing page. So again, we'll know who's interested in what we're marketing or what we're promoting. Each level of user comes preloaded with the landing pages that we have out there. Of course, your IAN membership has the greatest amount of landing pages, but each level of user has 1 or 2 landing pages already pre-built into the system. Next, we're going to create the email templates that we'll use not only in our campaign, but in our business. Usually you're going to have at least 2 email templates associated with the campaign. That's the initial marketing email template with all the landing page hyperlinks, the call to actions, your text message, your voice touch information, and you're going to have your thank you for responding email template that'll tell the contact what happens next. Now, your version of the Data Supercenter has pre-built email templates that you can modify. If you don't see the templates or you need to download a template we provide, you can easily do that under the Newsletters and Samples tab located on the Email Template tab. We go over here, we say Newsletters and Samples. If you'll click right there, you notice there's a drop down, and what this will do is, depending on your version, it will allow you to download many of the templates that we have available to you. When you download one of the templates that we pre-built into the system, it's already set up with all the merge fields that you'll need for you, your contact, the company. You'll just need to go in and copy the links to your specific landing pages and put your specific voice touch number in the system to make sure that that automatically merge fields into the email templates. Of course, the Data and Marketing Supercenter is all about automation. So the easiest way to do that is to set up a to-do plan. So I'm going to call the to-do plan My Widget. And I'm going to add steps that I want to automate or that I want to remind myself to perform. So the first step that I'm going to add, of course, is I'm going to send an email. So let's send out a marketing email. And I'm going to send that out at day 0. I'll select the email template that's in the system. Now I want to add another step. And maybe that next step is I want a follow-up phone call. So let's go follow-up phone call. And I want that to happen the exact same day that they fill out a form. So let's put phone call over here. And maybe the next thing that I want to happen is I want to send out the thank you email. And again, I'm not sending this out. This is happening automatically. So except for the phone call. Now, when someone fills out a landing page, text message into the agency, or they reply back with an email, all I have to do is click one button on my to-do plan and all these things instantly happen. And I can have as many of these automated functions running as I want. I can also set up a workflow. The main difference between a workflow and a to-do is that a workflow does more things when a contact responds to a marketing campaign. Things like automatically putting a flag on their records or putting an instant note, adding them to a category, updating their sources, and it can automatically start and stop other automated tasks such as a to-do plan or drip email campaign that I have running. Now, each business is unique and you'll have to quickly determine the best way to use workflows in your business. But let's go ahead and create an example workflow. So here I'm going to call this My Widget workflow. I'm going to hit save, and again I'm going to add different steps, but this time the steps are going to automate or update a contact's record, not just tell me what I need to do or automatically send out an email. So I can assign a flag or remove a flag. I can set the source. I can set a category, which is like an account. I can assign a drip email series to automatically go out. I can assign a to-do plan, like the to-do plan I created. So that's my widget campaign. I've already assigned that there. I can also put a note out on the record, and most importantly for me right now, I can send an email notification. So that means if I have one of my team members or staff that I want them to get a notice every time someone fills out a form or calls in or text message in, because maybe we're not looking at the Data Supercenter all day, I can send that email address to them with a quick message that says, hey, someone filled out a form, please make sure you follow up. So that's how you use the workflow. I've got everything set up. I've got my email, my landing page, I've got my voice touch number set up, I've got text message capabilities, I'm ready to go. Now I want to import those contacts into the system that I want to market to. So of course, anytime you import, always put some type of flag out there to identify your contact. So if you remember, we went in the very beginning and we created a flag called My Widget Email Blast. And the reason why we want to do that is once we use Client Touch, which you'll see next, it will automatically pull everyone that has that flag and allow me to do group things with them as opposed to individual things. Now I'm in the Client Touch portion of the system, and what Client Touch does is it allows you to add contacts by flag, category, source. So here I'm just going to put text message approved. Now, if I had 500 or 5,000, I can do actions over here, including email blast. I can create letters for them, and it'll automatically fill in their information. I can do mailing labels. I can print out an email list or print out a contact list. I can add group to-dos, a lot of different things that I can do. But for our purposes, I can also do an email blast. Now, if it's an email list that I have to make sure that everyone is opt-in. So that means I'll either verify that I have an opt-in list, or if I purchased a list, I'm going to pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you next. It's important that you understand this before you send out your first email blast. If you have an opt-in email address, or you have opt-in email addresses for your contacts, such as current customers, internet leads, former customers, or opt-in email addresses in general, you can use the client touch functionality to add your imported contacts into a work group and then opt them all in to receive emails through the Data Supercenter by using the email opt-in wizard. Of course, now you're ready to send out your email blast. If you purchased a list of email addresses, you cannot send emails to that list through the Data Supercenter. If you were to do that, you'd ruin our white label status and damage our ability to deliver emails for all of our data users. Now, if we receive a blatant spam report on your business, we will cancel your account without notice and without refund. So let's say you do have a purchase email list. What do? Well, you email the list with the link to the landing page that you created earlier, your voice touch marketing phone number, and your text message options through a third-party vendor. Now, there's a company called Direct Aim Marketing, and they specialize in emailing purchased email lists. Or you can use a free MailChimp account. You have to look at MailChimp's guidelines, though, but they allow you to send up to 2,000 emails for free. And whatever third-party vendor you use, you just want to make sure that you've got your landing page, you've got your voice touch marketing phone number, you've got your text message stuff out there so that it'll allow them to text message into voice touch to add themselves to your opt-in list. Some people will opt in by completing the landing form. Some people will reply to your email. And guess what? A lot of them will just mark your email as spam. But if you do this consistently, after a few months of doing the process, you'll have a good-sized, clean list of email addresses in the Data Supercenter since they opted in themselves, and that will make your marketing much more effective. But again, do not send purchased email or purchase list, a purchase list of email addresses through the Data and Marketing Supercenter. All right, so if you've done it right, you've got everything all set up. Maybe you're sending a list out to internet leads, or maybe you're sending a list out to your current customers or prospects that you know you're fine sending a list to. You've got everything set up. Let's blast it out and let's get going with the Data and Marketing Supercenter.